All right, there we go. Starting. I'm 15. Play video games and make YouTube videos.
In many ways, Jeremiah Lennon is just a typical middle school teenager.
I do GFX design and I like to graphic design.
The 15-year-old wants to be a computer programmer, making video games. But it wasn't that long ago when he couldn't even plan his next day, let alone a future as an adult.
I just was like, oh my gosh, my child has this disease.
That's Jeremiah's mom, Tiffany, talking about when she found out Jeremiah had sickle cell disease when he was 2 months old.
The Sickle Cell Association called and said that they wanted to retest him because they test all African American children when they're born for sickle cell. And then they came out to my house to tell me the results. And I really didn't know how serious sickle cell was, and it was like, he does have it. He has the worst type. He has SS.
But it took another few years for him to start talking about his symptoms. His grandmother, Beverly, remembers the day.
He was about 5 years old, and he said, my ankle hurts. And I knew what it was then. He didn't know.
I had like this back pain and like it was a sharp pain. And it wasn't just that. Like sometimes like I used to just panic and stuff because I used to have that type of pain.
It got so bad he was often going to the hospital where they lived in North Carolina. You can see how thin he was here, but she says most doctors there didn't know how to treat the disease.
I was petrified. I was like, I'm not going to have this child long. I was like, how is this going to work out? I have to do something.
She had an uncle in Memphis who suggested she move here. That's when she learned about St. Jude's Comprehensive Sickle Cell Treatment Center.
I left everything. When I came here, I just came with my boys. I had one box with their clothes in it.
Jeremiah started going to St. Jude, and they put him on a specialty drug called hydroxyurea.
There has been extensive research, and there is very good evidence that hydroxyurea decreases a lot of these complications, decreases the pain crisis, decreases the severity and the frequency of acute chest syndrome.
They understood what he was going through, and they understood how to treat it. And that was it for me. I knew I wasn't turning back.
She says they'd spend days at the hospital while doctors monitored Jeremiah's response to the medicine.
When I first started going there, I didn't have any money. So they made sure we ate. We didn't have to pay for food. And I was like, how am I going to pay for his medicine? I didn't have to pay for his medicine.
I'll see one person.
Today, Jeremiah is a different kid. His mom says he even raked and bagged all of these leaves, something he would not have had the energy or stamina to do 5 years ago.
I do not believe I would have my son if we wouldn't have started going to St. Jude. I believe Jeremiah would be gone right now.
If I was still in like North Carolina, I would still be having pain all the time. So yeah, if I like didn't go to St. Jude, and I think all kids should go to St. Jude.
Tiffany says it hasn't been easy, but when she sees her son and hears about his dreams for the future, she knows it's been worth it. Stacey Jacobson, WREG, News Channel 3.